Well. I assume we could have expected this to happen. I mean, with Twitter the way it is, with Elon owning now 9.2% of the company, you knew that some of the employees were going to speak out because really, Silicon Valley, places like Spotify, Google, Facebook, Instagram, it's the only place you're going to find where employees going online and bashing their employer, video games industry too, is like a tolerated thing, a celebrated thing, a thing that most of us reserve for like quiet conversations at the pub or when you get home to your spouse or your goldfish or your dog complaining about your work. The idea of going on a public platform and calling the people that pay your salary garbage humans is usually something that gets you fired. Well, Silicon Valley's different, and we've got a whole slew of Twitter employees having complete meltdowns online after the news of Elon Musk and a rumor that Elon Musk is actually looking to purchase more of the company. Speaking of which, if you're in the market for a new computer, check this out. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Look, you've been around, you know that I've been talking about Meta PCs for a very long time. In fact, it's the primary computer I use. But it's not just because they're a sponsor. It's for so many more reasons. They have fully customizable, configurable PCs and all the hardest to find parts in stock and ready to go. They also have ready to ship PCs ready for you today. Here's a couple reasons why I like Meta PCs. First and foremost, it's veteran ownership. Meta PCs is a veteran-owned business. One of Meta's owners has served both in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in Meta's Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. They offer financing. It has 100% US-based sales and support. And when you receive your PC, it's ready to go right out of the box. You don't have to get complicated and set things up. You just plug it all in and you're ready to rock. And on top of that, Meta PCs is offering you, my viewer, a huge discount when you use the link in the description or you use promo code TheQuartering. If you use my code at checkout, not only do you save money, but you support my content and a company that will not bow to cancel culture. So maybe you're not ready to pick up a new computer today, but when you are, remember to go to metapcs.com and use promo code TheQuartering to support me and to save money. Hey, you might not be in the market right this second, but when you're ready, Meta PCs is the only tower I use. You don't have to be a gamer. You just gotta wanna buy your computer from a company that isn't woke and doesn't hate you. And you can save with my promo code. Now, of course, Elon Musk tweets first word since becoming the largest Twitter shareholder. Oh, hi, LOL, which, by the way, is now up to nearly 400,000 likes and maybe over that, 396,000 likes. And you see a lot of people saying, you know, of course, Dank at the next shareholders meeting, wear a top hat and tell them to unban Trump. His 9.2% to the other 60%. Yeah, you know, I would think that he could certainly purchase more. And if he wants more control, he's going to probably have to do that. Now, today alone, he made $1 billion on his investment, and Twitter's surge in stock price actually stayed and went from 39 to basically $50 a share in just one day, an increase of 28%. If you own stocks in Twitter, I almost called it, you're probably pretty happy. But if you work for Twitter, you're probably having a complete meltdown. Twitter employees triggered by Elon Musk buying ownership stake in the platform. This is via the wonderful Libby Emmons. Twitter employees are speaking out after it was revealed that on Monday that tech billionaire Elon Musk is now one of the largest shareholders. No, he is the largest shareholder, I believe, on the platform with a 9.2% ownership. This comes after it was rumored that Musk might be in the market to buy Twitter and secure the holding for free speech in America, following the CEO Parag Agrawal's claim that Twitter is not beholden to American free speech laws. In response, some employees at Twitter took to the platform to express their unease with Musk taking such a large share of ownership. Well, you know, Elon actually being injecting this kind of cash is probably better for your job security than anything else. And it's interesting that there's been a couple of articles that just say, that this is just an appetizer, that this is going to open the doors to him perhaps purchasing the entire thing. You can see Elon Musk's stake in Twitter is, quote, just the appetizer. Wedbush's Dan Ives says, Tesla CEO Elon Musk may just be getting started when it comes to trying to shake up Twitter. It was disclosed on Monday that a somewhat unpredictable Musk took a 9.2% stake in the company. The stake valued at close to $3 billion as of Twitter closing Friday. It's worth another billion today. This is just the appetizer. Ultimately, we believe he will have an active stake over the coming weeks or months. It's just the start. I think he will have a broader strategic focus on Twitter, whether it's changing the slate, changing the management team, or ultimately even a buyout. The disclosure comes about 2 weeks after he had the whole, of course, Twitter survey. So this is potentially just the beginning. And if you're a Twitter employee, that's probably what you're most scared about. The fact that, things are only going to heat up. Twitter has been very aggressive in suppression and censorship techniques. We see this with shadow banning. If you follow me on Twitter, it's very difficult to see my tweets or even find my account unless you type it in directly. That's why I'm having everyone go to today to go to thequartering.com and sign up for my mailing list. No, I'm not going to be sending you offers for Raid Shadow Legends or anything like that, but I really need to be able to get a hold of you all. And it looks like we're going back to old-fashioned email, and maybe in some instances we're seeing people going back to text messages, which isn't a step I want to take at this point, but email deliverability is suspect too. So we're going to start there. But so open a new window if you can. Make sure you get on my mailing list so I don't lose touch with you. Twitter has been very aggressive in suppression and censorship techniques, whether against journalists who attempt to report the truth about perhaps that laptop, to users such as Tucker Carlson, Charlie Kirk, and the Babylon Bee for expressing the biological truth about gender. Musk has expressed his interest in having the platform be more supportive of the right to free speech. Now, Cassie Nick Rumba, a data scientist at Twitter, is among the employees and contractors very upset that Elon Musk is now the largest stakeholder. Quote, a prominent transphobe buying a large stake in Twitter is not at all funny. I'm kind of terrified, this person wrote. They are a data scientist at Twitter, former astrophysicist. Okay, well, and reported that some of the comments made by Twitter employees, including that one with the username Cream DeCassie, who said that a prominent transphobe, and then DeCassie, a biological male, lists she, her pronouns, and claims to be a feminist, demisexual, genderqueer trans woman. Oh, wow, okay. Could you get some more titles? Gerard Taylor, a software engineer whose pronouns in his name had very mixed feelings about Musk's stock buy, saying that he was happy about the money, but concerned for the future of the company, quote, culture. My current sentiment, stock is up, yay, but what about the company culture? I don't know what your company culture is. One of suppression and censorship, one of a homogenous political opinion. I'm sorry, not homogenous, a non-homogenous political sentiment. Looks like it's going, I picked a good week to be off, reacts Jerry Kidd, recruiting manager for Twitter, to the news that Elon Musk is now the largest stakeholder in the company. The recruiting manager for the platform, Jerry Kidd, noticed that she's glad to be off. Hashtag no regrets. Ashana, Giuliani, shared an image of a girl crying, saying it represented her trying to enjoy the new 23% increase in the stock price without thinking about why. Giuliani has spoken about her role in tech, saying that she's part of the You Belong in Tech initiative. That sentiment means that anyone who's part of a typically underrepresented community knows that they not only deserve to be here, but that their unique experiences makes them more valuable. It actually doesn't. Your skills are what actually make you valuable or useful to a company, but that's neither here nor there. You see this person, and I still dislike him, Elon Musk. Haladur Thorleifson, who directs creative services for Twitter, states he dislikes Elon Musk after the billionaires become the company's largest stakeholder. It could be interesting if this became like a meme stock, if more people invested in it to get larger shares and have a bigger say in votes of things. It only takes one share, I believe, to be to have some tiny amount of say. Another said that Elon Musk just temporarily, at least, made me a lot of money, and I still dislike him. Twitter stock rose 23% in reaction to the news. The filing, according to Reuters, showed that Musk owns 73.5 million shares of Twitter, valuing his passive stake up to $2.9 billion based on Friday's close. The shares are held by Elon Musk's revocable trust, of which he is the sole trustee. Well, it's interesting to see, do I think Elon's going to get in there and start making immediate changes? No, again, it's not how it works. He wasn't he's not the new CEO. But there are a lot of people that, only Elon Musk would throw around $1 billion as a meme. But on top of that, dude just made another $1 billion because of it. Like, he could cash out today with another $1 billion. A billion with a B. Like, I don't really, it's like, I don't know. And all these like outraged leftists are just making him more money now. Where are they going to go? They shut every alternative down. They could have went to Parler, but they shut that down. They could have went to Getter. They've been trying to get that shut down. I guess they can all come to Gab. There's free speech there. I enjoy Gab. It's like one of the few spots that actually has some level of freedom of speech and no shadow banning. So it's going to be an interesting week. No doubt about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.